Does anyone have any aches or sorenesses that I should be aware of today? No? Feeling good? All right. So we're going to go through the plan for today. We're going to warm up, practice, and then workout. So today's workout is going to be comprised of front and back lunges. So we're going to be alternating back and forth, switching sides after that. For our seated athletes, we're going to be doing a push-up and an overhead reach afterwards. So that way you're not doing push-ups the entire time. You get a little bit of a break, but also work on training some key stabilizers in your upper back. We're then going to go into some side planks. And we're going to go into the side lunge. For our athletes, we're going to be doing a archer push-up. We've done this before. We'll review that. We're going to go into some front planks afterwards, followed by curtsy lunges and threading the needle for our seated athletes. Work on some more core stability work for your shoulder. Now, for our seated athletes, if you feel comfortable working out outside of your chair, this workout can be done completely on the ground. So that's your option. But if you still want to work out in the chair, I do have options for keeping the workout completely in the chair as well. All right, do we have any questions? No? All right, let's get to it then. We're gonna start with our warm-up. So if you're gonna work out in standing today, start in standing. If you're gonna work out in sitting, start in sitting. All right. So let's start with some gentle neck rotations. Gently turning your head left and right. Taking some nice easeful inhales and exhales. Get a nice stretch and position. Good. And side bend your head left and right. If you're trying to touch your ear to your shoulder. So taking those easeful breaths side to side. Good. And then we're going to do some neck rolls. Rolling your head around in a circle from one shoulder to the other. Maintaining that easeful breath. And then reverse your neck roll. Look at the nice stretch. Open up your neck and all the little nooks and crannies of your range of motion. Nice inhales and exhales. Next, we're going to do some shoulder rolls. Take your shoulders, roll them up the front of your body towards your ears. Bring your shoulders to your ears and roll them to the back. And then slide your shoulder blades down the back of your rib cage. And then bring them back to the front. Back up. Shoulders come up towards the ears. And then roll back. Continue with this circular motion. Working on connecting your neck and shoulders. Maintain that easeful breath. Good. Reverse your shoulder roll. Come on, squeeze your shoulders in the back. Slide your shoulder blades up the back of your rib cage towards your ears. And then roll your shoulders to the front. Slide your shoulders down the front of your body. Bring the shoulders back to your squeeze together. And then roll them coming up the back of the rib cage towards your ears and roll them down the front. All right, next, we're gonna start to stretch out our arms a little bit. Reach on up as high as you can, splay your fingers, get some width here as best as you can. Make sure you're reaching as far as you can. If you're standing, maybe add in a little bit of squat. As your arms come down, squat down. As you stand up, arms come up overhead. Maintain that easeful breath. Splay your fingers, stretch out, take up as much space in your room as you can. For seated athletes, you're going to be hinging forward and then reach your arms up, come up out of that hinge. And then as your arms come down, you hinge forward again in your chair. Work on the ground, that works too. Work on stretching up Take up as much space as you can. One more. And then reverse your arm roll, your arm circles. As your arms come down, you're either in a squat or a hip hinge. And then as your arms come up, you come up. Think about pushing the air down in front of you as your arms come down and as you lower yourself down. Good. Let's transition to some lateral reaches. So if you're standing or sitting, you're going to go into a little bit of a crouch, arms in, and then you're going to reach out to the side, crouching down into a squat and standing, and then reaching out to the other side, alternating sides, maintaining that steady breath. We're moving a little bit faster now. Working on stretching out the top side of your rib cage here. Then for seated athletes, you're in the seat, you're crouching, hinging forward, reaching out to the side, one side to side, going back into the crouch. Each time, make sure you're hinging forward as you go into the crouch, and reach out. Again, we're moving a little bit quicker now. Working on building some heat in your body. Working on getting your heart rate up. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. So next we're going to do some leg swings for our standing athletes. Hold on to something if you need for balance. Stay on one leg, you're going to swing the other one forward and back. Seated athletes, we're going to do alternating arm swings, reaching forward and back. Alternating the arm that's reaching as far forward as you can, the other arm reaches as far back as you can. Take up as much room as you can. Splay your fingers at the ends. Open up those shoulders. Seated athletes, switch legs. Good. Keep that hand support if you need it. If you don't need the hand support, challenge your balance some. Good. Seated athletes, you're still stretching out your shoulders. Good. Standing athletes, you're next going to do a side leg swing. Bring your one leg out side to side while balancing on the other leg. You can use a little bit of hand support if you need. All right, for seated athletes, we're going to do a little bit of a twist and reach, coming up from side to side. If you ever seen golf, we're doing kind of that motion, swinging side to side. If you've never seen golf, think about hinging forward in a chair and then swinging your arms up towards the ceiling, side to side, in a little twisting motion. Standing athletes, switch legs. Just make sure you're aware of your surroundings. Don't kick anything. There you go. Keep moving. Work on opening up those hips. Working on opening up your shoulders. Keep breathing. Good. Next, we're going to do some jumping jacks. Standing athletes, you're hopping in place, feet come apart and then together in your hop. Arms are coming up overhead and then back down to your side. If the hopping part of the jumping jack doesn't feel good, you're doing arms only. Arms come up over your head and then quickly back down to your side. Same thing for seated athletes. Bring those arms down quickly. Snap them down. We're trying to get some vigorous motion here. Get your heart rate up. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Next, we're going to do some split jacks. Our standing athletes are hopping in place in split stance, hopping from one foot in front to the other. Arms are coming across in a horizontal swing. Alternate the top arm. If the hop doesn't work for you, you're simply doing back slappers. Bring your arms wide and then across your body. Give yourself a big bear hug and opening up wide again. Stretching out the front and back. The shoulders. Seated athletes do the same. Make sure you're alternating the top arm. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right. So your heart rate should be elevated. Who's feeling good? Who feels like they're starting to build up a little bit of sweat and some heat? Good. All right. So let's get into our practice rounds. So first thing on the agenda are front and back lunges for our standing athletes, and then we're going to do a push-up and prone reach for our seated athletes. So first one is the lunge. So this can be done with or without added weight. The front and back lunge is going to be stepping forward in the front, followed by stepping back. So front and back lunge. Keeping your chest up, hips square. If you need a little bit of hand support, I recommend grabbing a chair, having that by your side, stepping forward in lunge, and then back. Have a chair by your side to support you. Or you can have the table to your side to help you out. In the forward and back lunge. If you need some extra assistance there, we can also put you in front of a table, stepping forward, cutting it a little bit short, and stepping back. So that way you have a chair underneath your butt as you step backwards into the lunge. All right? Play around with the combos there. Make sure you practice both sides. We're going to switch at the 30-second marker. Seated athletes, we're going to be on the ground doing push-ups plus a prone military press. So we're going to be positioned however we need to for a push-up. Do the push-up. Come down. Pick your hands up off the ground. Reach over your head without touching your hands or elbows to the floor. Bring your hands back down. Push up again. And then reach overhead. So we're pushing up, coming back down, reaching overhead. Keeping your hands off the ground. So if you need to support yourself during the push-up, you can put a bolster underneath your chest, underneath your hips, underneath your thighs, wherever you need it. The higher up your body the bolster goes, the easier it'll be to complete the movement. There you go. If you can do this in quadruped, then what you're going to do is you're going to be doing push-ups on your knees, lower down, reach overhead, do your push-up, lower down, reach overhead. And then for those of us who are going to be staying in the chair during today's workout, you're going to roll up to a stable surface, so tabletop, bench, and then you're going to lower down with a push-up, do your push-up, lower down again, and just reach one arm at a time, and then come up in your push-up. Reach one arm at a time. I don't want you falling out of your chair if you're going to be doing that version. All right? Any questions on the push-up and overhead presses or the front and back lunges? You good on those?
Okay, so for the push-ups, when you go down, do you just hold that position for a sec, or?
You mean the reach part?
Yeah.
Just hold it for like a second and then come back to the push-up.
Okay. Got it.
Good. The key thing is your hands and elbows don't touch the floor. All right, good. Let's keep moving. So next thing on the agenda is the side plank. Doing some core work, so everyone can get down to the ground if you can. If not, we have some variations. So standard side plank. You're going to be in this position where you're holding yourself up on one arm. Your shoulders and your hips are stacked right on top of each other, and breathe through your belly. Now, if the full side plank isn't an option for you, or it's too difficult, we can go onto your knees. We can then also go onto your hips. And the key thing here is making sure that you're always activated and engaged in your stance arm. Make sure the arm that's down on the ground is activated, and you're not just hanging off your ligaments. Some options we have here are to put a bolster underneath you. And again, the higher up the bolster your body, the higher up your body the bolster goes, the easier this will be. The lower down the bolster goes, the harder it will be. So you can adjust The bolster, having either on your ribs, on your hips, or on your thighs. Adjust that way. And then for our standing athletes who maybe have issues getting down to the ground, you can find an elevated surface. This could be a table, a chair, a bench, and you can lean into that surface there. It could even be a wall. And then the lower that surface is, the harder this will be. The higher the surface is, the easier it will be. So that's how you can adjust the intensity. All right, we're going to be holding this for 30 seconds on each side. Make sure you practice both sides. For our seated athletes who are staying in the chair for this workout, you're going to do what the standing athletes were doing here, finding a table, bench, chair, wall, leaning into it. Find that appropriate angle here. So if you're working one surface and it feels too easy, what you can do is bring your chair a little bit further out and now you got to push yourself a little bit more. And then breathe in that position. All right. Any questions on the side plank? Good to keep moving? All right. Let's go. Next one is going to be the side lunge for our standing athletes and archer push-ups for our seated athletes. So for the side lunge, just like before, you can add weight to it. And we're going to be doing side lunges. From one side to the other. Keep your chest up the entire time. Try to keep your feet and knees pointed forward the entire time as you're performing this side lunge. And so you can do this with weight, without weight. You can add some hand support, lunging from one side to the other. If you need a little bit more safety for the side lunge, you can put a chair behind you. And what you'll do is you'll step to the side, lunge into the chair, stand straight up, step to the other side, lunge into the chair, and stand straight up, and alternate sides that way. All right? For our seated athletes doing the archer push-ups, I'm gonna move my mat a little bit closer to the camera. Archer push-up starts when you're standing wide push-up position, so you're gonna take a wider stance than typical. You're gonna shift your weight to one side. So I'm shifting my weight over to my right arm. I'm gonna lower myself down, more weight onto my right arm, push straight up, shift over to the left side, lower down to the left hand, come straight up, and going side to side, the archer push-up. Try to make sure that you keep your elbows turned in, don't let them flare out during this movement. And if you need a little bit of support, you can take, again, that bolster and put it either high up your torso, on your hips, or down low on your thighs to adjust how much it helps you out. And then work those archer push-ups from that position. All right? For our seated athletes who are still in the chair, you're going to roll your chair up to your table, take a wide stance, and just like on the floor, you're going to lower down to one side, push up, lower down to the other side, going from left to right, doing the push up. All right. Any questions on archer push-ups or side lunges? Good to go? All right. That one we're going to go straight through for 1 minute. All right. Next is going to be the front plank. So, pretty straightforward core exercises for today. The standard front plank is going to be done on the floor, on your forearms and on your toes. Knees are off the ground. Hold the position. We're going to hold it for a minute. Breathing in this position. Now, if the full front plank isn't a great option for you, we can simply drop the knees down to the floor, hold there. You can also bring the hips down and then make sure you're really engaged through your arms on the ground. We can also put a bolster underneath it, either, again, high up on your chest, on your stomach, on your hips, on your thighs, to adjust for difficulty, to find the appropriate level of challenge for you. All right, and then for our standing athletes who have issues getting onto the ground, you can find an elevated surface, table, wall, chair, bench. Do the front plank this way. The lower you are, the harder it'll be. The higher up you are, the easier it'll be. And the same thing for our seated athletes who are remaining in the chair for this workout. Leaning forward, press through your forearms, to stay engaged through your shoulders. really important that you keep that engagement. Don't just hang off your ligaments. You won't be getting any benefit from that. All right. Any questions on front planks? Good. All right. Last exercise on the agenda today are curtsy lunges and for the standing athletes and threading the needle for our seated athletes. So curtsy lunges. Again, you can do this with or without weights. The curtsy lunge, you're going to be standing on one leg and you're going to reach the other leg around the back. So you're twisting and then coming back up, alternating sides. All right. Keep your chest up the entire time. You can do this with or without weights. You can add hand support if needed. Doing the curtsy lunge, coming around the back, twisting, and then standing right back up. Good. If you need a little bit of security, put the chair behind you. Step around, curtsy, so your hip hits the chair, and come up that way. All right, for our seated athletes, we're doing threading of the needle. And so from here, if you can go into quadruped, that's awesome. And what we're going to do is we're going to reach underneath as far as you can without losing balance. And then come on up, reach up towards the sky. So you're reaching your hand through this little hole that gets formed between your stance arm, your torso, your thigh, and the ground. So that's the threading of the needle. And then you're reaching up towards the sky. Now, if holding quadruped is challenging for you, then we can do this on the ground. You can be propped up on elbows or on a bolster. You're propped up on elbows. You gotta really prop up strong through your forearm as you then reach underneath. Keep yourself elevated so you maintain the hold that we're working with. Then reach up overhead. Basically, this turns into a rotation for you guys at this point. All right, but you can also add a bolster to this. And then reach on through. Make sure you practice both sides. Okay?
So the key for that one, for the one that you were just doing, is to make sure that the hole's there to do it.
Yeah, you gotta keep engaged through your stance arm, because if you let it collapse, then you're not gonna have much space to reach through. And also, it's not as challenging of an exercise if you just relax into it. All right.
Yeah.
Any questions with threading the needle or the curtsy lunges? All right, ready to rock?
How does the curtsy lunge, like, when you do it that way, how does it not hurt your toes? Looks like it hurts a lot.
My toes are flexible enough for it, I guess.
Oh, okay. All right.
Brent,
Yeah.
can you start? So sorry, I was a little late. Do you mind starting with the push-up thing on the first exercise, just so I can see it? Sorry.
The push-up and prone reach.
Okay.
You're gonna be on the ground. You're gonna do your push-up however you need to do it, whether that be full push-up, knee push-up, or hanging off your hip. Push-up, lower down, hands come up off the ground, reach. Hands come back down to the ground, push up, reach. That's a push-up and prone overhead reach. All right, good. Any other questions? All right, let's do this. Let's get ready. If you're doing some lunges and adding some weights, grab your backpacks. If you're gonna be working on the ground, you ready to do lots of push-ups today? All righty, let's get started. Let me pull up my stopwatch. All right, and let's reset that stopwatch. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Work the front and back lunge, stepping forward and back. Front and back. Work that. Use whatever amount of balance support that you need. For our seated athletes, we're doing that push-up and then the overhead reach. Keep it going. Keep moving. With that prone overhead reach, make sure that your elbows and your hands do not touch the ground. You should feel some squeeze in your upper back and the back of your shoulder to make it happen. All right, switch sides for the lungers. All right. So if you're stepping forward with your right leg, now you're stepping forward with your left leg. Keep moving. Keep breathing. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Side planks. So if you're on the ground, find the side plank variation that works best for you. Full plank, knee plank, hip plank, or bolster underneath for support. Staying engaged through that stance arm, really important here. Avoid hanging off your ligaments. And breathe. Make sure you're taking nice steady breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Good. If we're standing and getting to the ground is problematic, we're just leaning against a table, a chair, a wall, and breathing, modifying the angulation of your body. Same thing for seated athletes. In the chair, getting out, and then adjusting how far away you are to make that optimally challenging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Next are side lunges. Stepping from one side to the other. Using weight or no weight. Keeping your chest up, feet and knees point forward. Seated athletes are doing archer push-ups. Taking that wide stance, going from one side to the other, lowering down on one hand, press straight up, then go shift your weight over to the other hand, lower down, press straight up. Archer push-up. Keep your elbows in, that part's key. Don't let them flare out. Keep moving, keep breathing. Good. Less than 15 seconds left. All right. Less than 10. Keep it going. Work those lunges. Work those archer push-ups. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Front planks. Either leaning up on an elevated surface or down on the ground. Keep breathing. Whether that be the full plank, kneeling plank, planking off your hips and pressing up your arms. Put a bolster underneath you as needed, either high up, middle, or low down. Stay engaged through your shoulders. Make sure you're still breathing, nice and controlled. 30 seconds left. Keep breathing. Keep engaged through your shoulders. Avoid letting them sag. Good. Keep up that steady breath. All right, almost there, you guys. 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to the curtsy lunge or the thread the needle for our seated athletes. All right, you're propping yourself up, making on elbows for the thread the needle, and you're reaching through the little hole of your stance arm, and then reaching up towards the sky. One side at a time for the thread the needle, and for those of us who are doing the curtsy lunge, you're alternating sides. Stepping back, around, curtsying, alternating the legs, using hand support, using weights if needed. If you're doing thread the needle, switch sides. All right, thread it the other way. Again, you can either be propped up on your elbow, you can go up onto a bolster or a quadruped. Reach through as far as you can and reach up towards the ceiling. So reach through the hole, reach up towards the ceiling. Keep going, keep moving. It's a rotational movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Rest for 1 minute. All right. Good? Okay. How are we doing?
I didn't know lunges could be this difficult.
And there's lots of them. All right, good. Does anyone need extra time on transition?
Felt like the transitions were good.
All right.
I mean, for me.
All right, we're good. Yeah, so we're gonna keep moving. We got 30 seconds left of this rest break. Focus.
Man, those rest breaks are fast.
Yeah, they go by fast. Everything else goes by so. Well, the whole
Go
workout.
slowly.
You feel it goes slow?
Yes.
All right. Well, you got 10 seconds left of this rest break. So let's get ready, get in position. If you're going to be doing lunges, get ready for some front and back lunges. If you're doing push-ups plus the overhead reach, get ready for the push-ups and overhead reach. Get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Working that front and back lunge.
We'll take you up.
Forward and back. One, the same leg. We've got 30 seconds. And keep moving. You're doing the push-up and reach. Lowering down. We're doing push-up. Lower back down. Reach overhead. Push-up. Lower down. Good. Lungers. Switch in 3, 2, 1. Switch. All right. So if you're stepping forward with your right foot, now you're stepping forward with your left foot. Using some hand support if you need. Using weight if you feel like you can challenge yourself some more. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Keep up that steady work rate. Working with push-ups. Or the lunges. 3, 2, 1, done. Transition to side planks. So if you're doing lunges, get down to the floor or find a bench to lean up against. If you're already on the ground, transition to the side plank position and hold. Breathe. Whether you're doing full side planks, knee side planks, bolster support underneath, however you're holding it, keep breathing. Keep your shoulders and hips stacked around top of each other. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. All right. And once you're on the other side, lift your hips up off the ground. Or lift yourself up off the ground. Whatever you can do, lift it off the ground. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Breathe. Good. 10 seconds left. Stay engaged through that stance arm. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to archer push-ups or side lunges. Whichever one you're working today. Archer push-ups, taking that wide base, shifting over to your right, lower down towards your right hand, press straight up, shift your weight over to the left, lower down to your left hand, press straight up. Keep your elbows in, avoid leg flare outwards. So standing athletes, you're doing lateral lunges, just alternating side to side. Step one way and then the other. Keep your knees and feet pointed as forward as best you can. Keep your chest up to help keep your spine in neutral. We're working to try to get into a very athletic looking stance. Going. Keep breathing. Good. 15 seconds left of this. Keep it up. All right. You guys are almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to front planks. And for standing athletes who have trouble getting to the ground, you can always lean up against an elevated surface. All right, good. If you're on the ground, press strong through your forearm, however you need to do it. Whether that be a full plank variation, where you're pressing through your forearms and your toes, keeping everything else off the ground, or if you've got your knees on the ground, maybe you've got your hips on a bolster, keep breathing though. Stay engaged in your shoulders. It's tempting to let your shoulders just sag into it. You're no longer using your muscles as much when you do that. Engage your shoulder blades. Push strong through the floor to elevate yourself off the ground. Keep breathing. Good. 10 seconds left. Keep it going. Maintain that steady breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Curtsy lunges for standing athletes and threading the needle for our seated athletes. So, working in quadruped or pressed up on your elbows for this thread the needle. Reach through the hole and then reach up towards the sky. One at a time. For those of us who made the curtsy lunges, you're just alternating sides, stepping around the back into a little curtsy. Going side to side. Those of us doing the thread the needle, switch sides. Good. Keep pushing strong through your stance arm as you're threading the needle. Make sure you maintain as much space as you can so you can thread your hand through that hole. And then reach up towards the sky, work that rotation through your shoulders and your spine. Curtsy lunges, keep it going. Keep breathing, using hand support as needed. Using weights if it feels good. 3, 2, 1, done. End of round 2. All right, good job, you guys. Whew. Who's feeling good right now? All right, for our seated athletes, how are all those push-ups feeling?
A lot.
So take your time. Always make sure they look good or as best as possible, number 1. That's always priority. We can work on getting a bajillion push-ups later. And then for our standing athletes, how are those lunges feeling? Yeah, a lot of lunges. All right, so 10 seconds left here. Take one last little swig, catch a couple more breaths, and then let's get started. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Front and back lunges for standing athletes, and then push one reach for seated athletes. Let's move. Keep it moving. All right. Make sure that you maintain a steady breath. Stepping forward and back with those lunges. Staying as stable as possible. Making sure that if you need hand support, you give yourself that hand support as you step forward and back. Keep going. Keep breathing. Keep it up. Switch sides for our forward and back lungers. All right. Turn it around, or just move the chair around if you're using hand support. Going back and forth. If you're doing push-up and overs, just keep moving. Work that reach as far as you can over your head. Try to touch your hands together at the top. 3, 2, 1, done. Transition to your side plank. All right. All right, let's get to it. Once you're in position, get yourself elevated, whether you be on a table or off the floor. And stay engaged in that stance arm. Steady breathing. Good. Keep it up. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Switch sides. All right. Let's keep it going. Once you're in position, get that elevation. Press strong through your stance arm and hold that side plank. If you need some added challenge, take a progression. If you need to step it down a little bit, take a regression. If the standard side plank isn't hard enough, lift your legs up off the ground. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. All right. Transition to the side lunges for standing athletes and the archer push-ups for our seated athletes. Keep it going. You're just alternating sides. Side lunges, side to side. Keep going. Keep your chest up, feet and knees point forward. If you're doing the archer push-ups, make sure you take that wide stance with your hands. Shift your weight over to one side and then lower down to that side. Press straight back up. Shift your weight to the other side, lower down to that side, press straight back up, alternating sides. Keep your elbows in.
How wide?
Comfortably wide.
Okay,
A little bit wider than your shoulders.
got it.
Keep going. Keep breathing. 10 seconds left. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to your front plank. All right, whether you be up on an elevated surface or on the ground, press strong through your stance arms and breathe. Keep your hips in the neutral position. If you don't know what your neutral position is, then lift your hips as high as you can and then as low as you can, and then figure out where that middle point is. That's what you want to hold. Keep breathing. Keep going. Maintain that neutral spine as best as you can. Good. Keep going. Keep breathing. Keep that engagement in your shoulders now. As you get tired, you might want to let it sink. Don't let your shoulders sink. Keep them engaged. Keep breathing. Good. 10 seconds left. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Curtsy lunges or thread the needle for our seated athletes. Curtsy lunges, you're just alternating sides. If you're threading the needle, you're doing one side at a time, reaching through the hole and then rotating up towards the ceiling. Keep going. Keep breathing. Keep up that steady work rate. Good. If you're doing thread the needle, you're going to switch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Switch sides. Curtsy lunges, keep going. Get down low. Keep your chest up and stand strong through your stance leg. There we go. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Way to go. Almost there. 10 seconds left. Few more reps in. Get a few more reps. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. And in round 3. One more. Another rest break here. All right. Awesome work, you guys. I see people looking very sweaty right now. You are working very hard. Good job. So we're getting into the 4th and 5th rounds next. Make sure that you are aware of how you're feeling. If something just feels a little bit off, maybe you're not feeling that strong or something starts feeling a little bit achy, check yourself, make sure you're moving well. If you're not moving well, take a regression of the exercise so that you can move well. All right? And so, but if you still have juice in the tank, let's crush it. Try to get some more reps in. All righty. We have 10 seconds left of this rest break. Who's ready for round 4? I am. Let's do this. Let's get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's move. Work that forward and back lunge. Working the push-up and the overhead reach. Stepping forward and then back. Keep it going. Keep breathing. If you're doing the push-up and overhead reach, just do this continuously. For those of us doing the forward and back lunges, you're going to be switching in less than 10 seconds here. So get a few more reps in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Switch your moving leg. All right. For those of us doing the push-up and overhead reach, keep pushing up and reaching overhead. Keep going. Keep breathing. All right. Push up. Reach overhead. Make sure that when you do that overhead reach, you're trying to touch your thumbs together as best as you can. Reach as far as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Side planks. Transition over to the plank position and prop yourself up. Press strong through your stance arm and breathe. Focus on those belly breaths. Slow things down. Stay engaged through your shoulder. Stacking your chest, your shoulders and your hips on top of each other as best you can. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. All right. And once you're in position, get right to it. And go. Steady breathing. Stay engaged through your stance arm. Focus on that belly breath. Keep it up. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Transition to side lunges for standing athletes, archer push-ups for seated athletes. All right, let's move. Once you get in position, get to it. You're doing your archer push-ups. Taking that wide stance with your hands. Shifting your weight towards one hand. Now we're shifting towards my right. Lowering down towards my right. Pressing up. Shifting my weight over to the left. Lower down to the left. And press straight back up. Keep your elbows rotated inwards as best as you can. Especially as you get tired, your elbows are gonna want to flare out. Keep it going, keep breathing. Slow yourself down if you need to. If you need to take a regression, pop a bolster underneath you to help yourself out a little bit. Keep going, keep breathing. Lateral lunges, keep your chest up. Keep your feet and knees pointed forward. Look athletic. Let's go, let's move. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to front planks. Let's move. Engage through your arms. And breathe. Try to keep your hips neutral as best as you can. Keep breathing, stay engaged through your shoulders. All right. Keep it up. Keep breathing. This is probably feeling like one of the longest minutes that you've been through. Keep it going. Reaches past 30 seconds. Keep going. Keep breathing. Stay engaged. If you need to take a regression, take that regression. Keep going though. Stay with it. Stick with it. Keep breathing. Good. 10 seconds left. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Curtsy lunges or thread the needle. All right. Get into position. Get to it. If you're doing the curtsy lunges, you're alternating sides, keeping your chest up, using hand support if you need, or adding weight if it still feels good. Challenge yourself if you have the energy for it. Be kind to yourself if you don't. All right. If you're doing thread the needle, you're going to switch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Keep it going. Keep breathing. Stay engaged through your stance arm. Don't get lazy here. Stay with it. Stay stable. Stay under control. There we go. Home stretch here on this round. Almost there. 10 seconds left. Keep your chest up. Try to get low on those curtsy lunges. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. All right, last rest break here. Got another minute here to rest and recover. All right.
I was trying to figure out where to put my weights.
For your lunges?
Yeah, no, for the needle
Oh, thread the
thing.
needle.
Yeah,
You're using weights to thread the needle?
I was trying to.
Oh, damn, that's intense.
Brent, and this may be a longer conversation. I'm having issues where when I do any of the planks, my elbows pop a lot. I have some weird elbows anyway. They're not completely set. So
I had that issue too as well. So
You can put your elbows on top of like a towel so that the edge of the towel cuts off right before your elbow. That might take the pressure off of your elbow.
Oh, okay. I'll try that.
Here.
Okay.
That might be helpful.
So the towel should be under the elbow and not up the upper arm is what you're saying.
No, the towel goes underneath your forearm and then
Oh, okay.
goes off the ground. So try that. If it helps. All right, who's ready for our 5th and final round?
finish them.
All right, let's finish this. Let's get in position. Let's get started in 5,
Final round.
3, 2, 1. Go. Get doing your front and back lunges, doing your push-up and overhead reach. Let's move, you guys. Last round. If you got juice in the tank, let's use it up. Let's move. If you don't have the juice in the tank, take it easy. Be kind to yourself. So do what you got to do. Do as much movement as you can. Keep moving, keep breathing. For lungers, you're going to switch in 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. Good. Keep moving. Keep breathing. You're doing the push up and reach. Stick with it. Stick with it. Get some more reps in. Work that depth on your lunges. Try not to short them if you can. All right. 10 seconds left. Let's move. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Side planks. Transitioning over. Once you're in position, hold that plank position. All right, we talked about maybe putting like a cushion underneath your elbow, underneath your forearm, support your elbow, minimize crunching. That might be helpful. Make sure you stay balanced. And then keep breathing. Stick with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides. All right. And then get to it. Once you're in position, lift up and hold. Whatever you need to do, whether it be planks on your knees, planks with a bolster, full planks, or if you're lifting your legs up off the ground doing crazy things. Keep breathing. Keep going. All right. Stick with it, you guys. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Archer push-ups or side lunges. Let's move. Doing 1 minute straight of either exercise. And position for your archer push-ups. Shifting from one side to the other. Pushing up. Make sure you avoid letting your elbows flare out. If you need to take a regression of the archer push-up, do it. Whether that be going from a full archer push-up to a kneeling archer push-up to archer push-up on your hips, or archer push-up with a bolster underneath. Keep moving. If you're doing those side lunges, make sure you keep your chest up, keep your knees pointing forward. If you're still using some weights, awesome. Keep working it. If you're not, that's cool too. Stay looking athletic though. Forms number 1. Good. Keep moving. Keep breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Transition to the front plank. And once you're in position, hold. Like we talked about before, you can potentially put some padding, a towel or something underneath your forearms and take a little bit of load off of your elbow. Maybe that might help to avoid some of that creaking. Good. Breathe. Stay engaged through your shoulders. We're getting tired now. Now is the time when you gotta stay focused. Avoid hanging off your ligaments here. Avoid hanging off your tendons. Make your muscles do the work. Stay breathing. Almost there. Good. 15, less than 15 seconds left. 10 seconds left. Keep it up. Keep breathing. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. To the ground. Transition to thread the needle or curtsy lunges. Last exercise of this workout. Let's move. Keep breathing. Keep moving. However you're doing your thread the needles, make sure you stay engaged through your stance arm. If you're doing your curtsy lunges, keep your chest up, step back, and back up, alternating sides. Get low in your curtsy lunge if you have that available to you. Work on staying low. This is an athletic movement. Work that stability, that control. Let's move. Let's keep going. All right. Almost there. 15 seconds left. Get some more reps in. Oh shoot, for your thread needle, switch sides. Sorry about that. Keep going. Keep breathing. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Woo. Great workout, you guys. All right.
I think I have officially died from planks.
Death by planks. If only we had a pirate ship, we could have made you walk the plank.
I know, I say that because I did planks last weekend. That's why I say that. Coach makes me do planks too.
Planks are a great exercise. That's why.
This is how we do our planks. I was literally on my forearms. Literally not even on my forearms. I'm all the way up.
Oh boy, you really went through the gamut of planks in the past 2 weeks.
Yep, sure have.
So just so you guys know, I will be going on a backpacking trip at the end of this week, so I'll be gone Friday through Tuesday. I'll probably need that Wednesday to recover, so Adaptive Fit will start up the following Friday on the 14th.
Definitely gonna do that to
Get
recover.
the show back on the road. In the meantime, if you're really itching for workouts, you can either do whatever the heck you want, or you can follow some old Adaptive Fit workouts, or
you could go on YouTube and look up workouts, and it'll have like different workouts for you to do.
yeah, it might be worthwhile to take a rest week, do just lighter exercises. That way your body can rest and recuperate, and then we can come back to it and really crush it on when we come back. All right, but we will be having Adaptive Fit on Wednesday. So if you don't have any other questions, I'll see you guys Wednesday.
Be careful.
Rachel, how was that modification for your elbow?
I mean, it was okay. I have that problem with push-ups and everything too. They just, especially this one for some reason, just pops like all the time when I'm pushing down. So yeah, I don't know, but it worked. I mean, it didn't pop as much when I did that. So
It helps.
yeah.
And then if you do push-ups with one of the regressions, does it pop less as well?
No, I should probably.
All right, that's worth playing around with. Sometimes it's just a factor of how strong you are compared to how stable you are.
Yeah.
So it's something to play around with.
Okay. Thanks, Brent.
Very good. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you Wednesday.
I'll send you the thing too, Brent, by the way.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.